Welcome back to the Crypto's Key conversation. Man, I'm excited to make this video, but I want to do a little bit of housekeeping slash kind of updating some stuff that I thought was interesting, and you really need to take note on this. Ashley Prosper's talking about having some issues with her withdrawals on Uphold. Obviously, Uphold's been a solid platform in regards of leaving XRP listed as everybody else delisted it or took it off their platforms. But I wanted to just throw this out there. This is just another thing you have to look out for. When this thing takes off and the market goes crazy, this is a natural thing that happens. The exchanges get overwhelmed. Most of them aren't skilled enough to handle a crazy amount of transactions and onboarding and all these different things, right? Withdrawals all at once, so they go down. So you have to factor this stuff in. You have to have other platforms that you can, move your assets to if you're looking to, offload and sell back into your currency or whatever the case is. You got to be careful. And obviously, leaving your stuff on centralized exchanges, stuff can happen and it can be locked up or it can be taken. We've seen that in this past bear market, man. We've seen so much negativity in that light. So you got to really be careful when we talk about self-custodying. Like it's that important. I get it. We all need to make, some profit and reap the benefits of us accumulating and doing what we got to do, right? Yes. Self-custodying is massive, okay? At least you have it in your possession, whether you have a hard wallet, a digital wallet, whatever the heck you got. Self-custodying, at least you control it, right? I just wanted to throw that out there. You got to be careful out there. Just like I always say at the end of my videos, you got to stay safe out there. Stuart Alderati right here. So we're going to cover some Chairman Gensler stuff and some more stuff in that regard. U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Today we charged Stoner Cats 2 LLC with conducting unregistered offering of crypto asset securities in the form of purported non-fungible tokens that raised approximately $8 million from investors to finance an animated web series called Stoner Cats. So here we go. Chairman Gensler and them gloating about this celebrity bust. And yeah, they made approximately $8 million, but they were only, I guess they settled or they charged them for $1 million or whatever. It's merely interesting, but it's like, what are you doing? Stuart Alderati hits on the head. He goes, I don't know all the facts here, but I do know that a settlement to avoid a crushing SEC process without admitting or denying anything is binding on no one. A cynic would call it a PR stunt, which we know that's what it is. He continues, what matters is that when seriously challenged in court, the SEC continues to lose. So hold on to that last part there. SEC continues to lose because that's what, media, the rest of the broader crypto market and the rest of our industry here, people are really seeing that, hey, Chairman Gensler and SEC, yeah, this ain't it. You're driving all this innovation and growth and prosperity in the crypto space offshores. This is not the way to go. JD even he puts this up here because James K. Fallon says Ripple, XRP in the library pill. John Deaton has filed his notice of appearance on behalf of amicus curiae Naomi Brockwell. So JD says, win, lose, or draw, we will be in the fight. Huge. JD continuing to put on his armor and go to battle, man. Obviously being one of our leaders in the I would say for the broader market for crypto. I mean, we are very blessed to have him and the rest of the crypto community, especially the XRP community, really fight the good fight because that's what it's about. Clearly, we've seen, especially from, the major win in the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit, like we've seen the strength in numbers and, us educating ourselves and really fighting for our rights when it comes to this space, right? Using the law, having the truth on your side. It's evident. The writing's on the wall. So JD's hits it on the head. We're going to continue to fight. I wanted to touch on this. Let me see if I want to touch on it. Yeah, I want to touch on this really quick because I thought it was interesting. So Crypto Eddie had put this up. It says, stablecoins are the killer app for global transfer value, surpassing MasterCard volume and to soon surpass Visa aiming for BTC. Hence why Ripple Liquidity Hub just added Tether and USDC. And Naveen Blockchain said LDL will use other cryptos, stay current. And then Yasin says, I'm sensing Ripple is shifting from reliance on XRP and cross-border payments to new use cases such as institutional custody of digital assets, derivatives, CBDCs, and carbon credit markets. Not saying that's a bad strategy at all, but in order for XRP to prosper long-term, we cannot rely on just Ripple. That's why I welcome initiatives such as Hooks, the Zahal Network, and the Evernote XRPL. So obviously, these three things here, these initiatives, if you will, have been starting some conversations, and we know that Moon Lambo had some run-in with certain members within I think it's called the Zahal network. I think that's what it's called. But it's a good thing to see that these devs are looking to build and looking to grow. Whether it's a side chain, whether it's, I know there's been conversations of it being on the main chain. If it's not on the main chain, how is it going to be beneficial for XRP and all these different things? Like, all that stuff is going to work itself out. Obviously, people are trying to develop and grow. When it comes to XRP, the XRPL, even Ripple, like, the writing's on the wall. There's going to be growth from here. So it's just kind of a waiting game to kind of see what happens. And as things scale, then hey, we'll reap our benefit. But I thought it was interesting because it's like, you got Brad Garlinghouse having the proper parties, coming to the Las Vegas XRP event. Obviously, they're not going to lose sight, in my opinion. I'm not saying that's what Hassan's saying here. I'm saying they're not going to lose sight of, obviously, the digital asset XRP. I mean, why would they? I know there's been people in the comments not really understanding kind of what's happening. And I'm not saying I fully understand, but why would they just be like, oh, yeah, XRP, somewhere down the line is just really interesting. It's like, no, it's all part of the business model. It's all part of their growth and scale in the future. Come on now. This is interesting. So Sam Callahan put this up. It says, watch Gary Gensler awkwardly freeze up after stating the crypto industry runs past the law. And the interviewer responds with, they do seem to be finding some sympathetic judges, referring to the SEC's recent court losses to Ripple and Grayscale. So it gets super awkward. Watch this.
So whether it's about broker dealers, whether it's about exchanges, whether it's about custody, we have taken up the path where we find it appropriate to put out the public comments and proposals. But there are laws, there are rules, not just here at the SEC, but across a number of areas. I think this is a field that a lot of it just wants to run past that and suggest otherwise.
They do seem to be finding some sympathetic judges. So you have to be careful on that one. We've done
Tony Edwards had put a screenshot. He says, the face when you are constipated, the courts keep exposing your lies and corruption, and your false narratives are falling apart. I mean, I might put this on my thumbnail, to be honest. That is comical. Yeah, I might put that on my thumbnail. Let me go ahead and Command 4. Did that work? Command 4. Yeah, let's do this. Let's go ahead and put him on the thumbnail right there. So we'll do that. But it's been evident. Even look at this. And DAI had put this up. This is SEC kills NFTs. And this is like an X Spaces. Here we go.
Like, Gensler's just a liar, right? I've been on this for 2 years. He's just, there's no other way to say it. He's corrupt and he's a liar. It's not that he's making bad decisions. The SEC should go after scammers. They should go after bad actors. And you know what?
That's already against the law. We don't need new laws or regulations to punish fraud.
It's already against the law, but you know what? Gensler, if you want to do your job and be a hero, why don't you catch Voyager, Celsius, Genesis, FTX, instead of hosting them in your office because they're political donors, and do your fucking job instead of just going after celebrities, right? That's why people can't stand him. It's not that he's mean or that, oh, we're trying to leverage regulatory arbitrage. It's that he is corrupt, he is dishonest, and he is completely captured by an anti-crypto senator who has outsized influence in this administration, and Elizabeth Warren.
I mean, boom. Say it how it is, Ryan Selkis. And we all know about Ryan Selkis, right? And inviting Brad Garlinghouse and Ripple to events now and things like the what do they say? Things are shifting, right? The Ripple is in effect. There is a ripple effect going on, and it's going to continue to build and carry on, man. This is awesome, man. I love to see, the community come together, and it's not perfect. There's still a lot of separation and a lot of, oh, this is mine, that's a crap coin. That'll still be there, but I think as a whole, people are really starting to open their eyes to see, hey, all right, we're on the same team. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure we stand together and fight the good fight. So that's shout out Ryan Selkis for that. That's huge. BC Backer, I put this up. So there's been a lot of FUD and negativity, bears saying, oh, we're going to 12K, and the whole FTX, selling their assets. There's all these different things happening. BC Bagger is one of the TA guys I follow, and he throws up this analysis here, and this is Bitcoin versus US dollar on a daily price chart here. I think that's how you say it. But he's responding to TXMC here. Coming up here, he says, this is not 2020. Stop using recency bias. This should be the 4-year cycle and block reward having theory scenario, not 12K, not revisiting the lows. It's either this or Doomtown. And guess what? Price is right on track for it, and the masses just capitulated the low. So he's showing it right here. So hey, we you know what I'm saying? He's saying we could, you know, see a little dippy dip or whatever, but hey, he seemed pretty bullish on things. So this whole 12K thing, I don't think it's gonna be a thing. Hey, it could. I mean, something crazy can happen, but then that'll completely change the charts and the TA, and he would have to go back to the drawing board just like any other TA person, any other analyst, and kind of revisit and see what's up. Here we go. Judge allows bankrupt FTX to sell its crypto holdings, including BTC and Sol. So there's a lot of money there. It says over 3.4 billion. I think it's more than that, if I'm not mistaken. I like how Zach Rector had talked about it. I want to touch on this really quick.
For the cryptocurrency space, I want you guys to understand this. I really wish that I could come on here with some bullish, O-face, clickbait, exciting news that we're about to start the next bull run. That's not the case, and we're not even close. I really am sad to say this. We're not even close.
Okay, so with him saying that, that's his. Remember, this is his opinion. This isn't him trying to spread FUD or anything. He just, based on the information that he's receiving, this is how he's perceiving it. And he's kind of throwing it out there. Just kind of listen in, take it in what you want. TA guys that I follow, even looking at things myself, you know, they say we're in phase 1 of the bull cycle. Things, the bears are going to get left behind, and all these different things. Hey, people can have their guesses, if you will, and their probabilities. So just kind of take it with a grain of salt.
The FTX filing just came out today. They have about $3.4 billion worth of crypto. The judges ruled that they can dump $50 million this week, but on the regular basis going forward, they're going to be able to dump $100 million per week up to $200 million. Now, if we took the $200 million weekly to dump their whole bag, it would take about 17 weeks. But here's the problem. There's not enough liquidity, and if they were to dump that quickly, they would tank the price of their own assets, and it would only hurt them actually.
So I am curious, though. I don't mean to keep pausing it, but I am curious, like, what resource did he look at the liquidity side of it? Because from what I've seen, and I've been looking kind of through, you know, certain charts of like, forgot all the dang names, but you know, hearing other TA people kind of speculate and talk in the community and watching other videos, and you know, there's other people saying that based on, you know, daily transaction, weekly transactions, monthly, all that stuff, that it shouldn't have a significant impact. Now, if they dump 200 million a week, I mean, that's going to do something, but they were saying that it's not going to do what people think it's going to do. You know, we should be able to handle that type of, and the fact that it's already being it's already set in stone that you can only sell this much. I mean, couldn't that be priced in at some point? I don't know. Just kind of food for thought there.
Worse. So here's the problem. Instead of just ripping the Band-Aid off, we're going to have sell pressure for, I mean, months continuously until FTX get their whole bag liquidated. I don't know if there's a potential for someone to come in and buy up all these assets, just like we saw Ripple buy up Fortress, make $75 million worth of lost customer funds whole. That was an incredible bailout by Ripple. I don't know if someone can come in and bail out this FTX deal, or if they're just going to be forced to kind of dump this whole bag. But $3.4 billion worth of crypto that FTX has, they're going to be forced to dump all of it. And, you know, we're going to have continued selling pressure from here on out. And the funny part is, I was actually looking this up, and they are allowed to do unlimited shorting. So get this. They're allowed to dump up to $200 million a week, and they're allowed to do unlimited amounts of shorts. So while they're dumping on one end, they can be making money shorting on the other. And I believe that this is part of the reason why Sam Bankman-Fried is wanting to get a little bit more laptop access so that he can get his trades in. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this. I'm sad to say.
Yeah. Kind of interesting. I definitely wanted to just put an opinion out there that this channel, that's what this channel is. Things that I find interesting, you know, whether there's 100% truth to it, I would like to have a conversation about it. That's what it is. The crypto's key conversation. And I don't know why I just tongue twisted myself. The crypto's key conversation. This is my show, and this is kind of how I like to do it. But I like to bring out different perspectives. For me personally, I'm kind of leaning on the side of like, okay, I don't think it's going to be this devastating thing. I'm not saying he's saying that it's devastating. Obviously, we kind of value Zach Rector's, efforts, his research, and his videos and his contents that he puts out. It seems like a good dude, man. But I just lean on the other end. I think it's going to be something that is kind of factored in because it's already set in stone as to hey, what's going to happen. Though, when it comes to the people of power and they have the money and the Black Rocks and all these people that are trying to get as much as they possibly can accumulated, I can see it working in their favor. Maybe it's all part of their plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, they're going to do that, limited shorts, if that's a thing. They're going to put in their shorts, continue to dump this thing down and scoop some more up, get a bigger slice of the pie. It's only a waiting game, man. We can sit here and stress about it, but what can we really do? We can educate ourselves, put out content, prepare ourselves the best we can, but it's just going to be a waiting game. Ashley Prosper, I put this up. She says, signs of coordinated attack on the XRP community, lack of media coverage, despite the biggest news in crypto for 3 years running, synchronized FUD, private entities like JP Morgan discussing XRP with SEC, SEC lawsuit calls them billions in losses, social media hacks, and prominent XRP community members being labeled as aggressive by the SEC and wild conspiracy theories by others. We put up with a lot for the last 3 years, regardless of the price. We bleeping deserve a proper party. Let's go. Yeah, I had to throw that in at the end because I think the FUD goes beyond the XRP community. There's just been a lot of FUD in this space in general. And I'm kind of rushing here because I start class here for my credential program in a few minutes. But yeah, we're currently sitting at a $1.09 trillion market cap. Bitcoin sitting at 26,625. Ethereum sitting at 1630. XRP sitting at just under 50 cents. Bitcoin Fear Greed Index sitting at a 45. That's what I have for you. Make sure you come to the Crypto's Key Conversation YouTube channel. Subscribe. Follow us on x.com at CryptoIsKey1. Really appreciate your support out there. With all that being said, stay strong out there and be safe.